Life is better when I use the streaming setup that works. Good evening, everybody. I didn't schedule this one out as earlier as I have in the past because I was not sure how I was going to do this stream. And then at the last minute, I decided to go back to the way I was doing things. The way things work, actually, is the way I like to call it. And hey, we already have a couple people in the chat. All right, you guys are right on it. Yo, this time on time. Yeah, this time I'm on time. How's y'all's evening? Oh, it's doing great, Demon Rage. Hopefully you're doing good as well, I assume. And Robert, also welcome to the stream. Good evening to you as well. Depending on where you're at, it could be evening or it could be a lot later. Jeff, also welcome to the stream. I don't know why when I read your name just then, I really thought about if you've ever seen 22 Jump Street, I think it is, at the very beginning. Channing Tatum's character pretends to be Mexican. The only thing he can say is, "My name is Jeff." So, I don't know why I just thought of that. Hey, Sushi Slasher, welcome to the stream. I like Sushi Ninja, is it? I'm actually still getting things set up as I'm talking, so that's why I got the nice background going on. I'm not really showing myself on stream yet, but we're about a couple of seconds away from that. How long have I been streaming? About 3 minutes is what it says. Yep, 3 minutes, 39 seconds. So it's about time I switch over. And here I am. Although I'm not quite sure. There we go. I clicked on the wrong one. It's been a while since I've used this this setup. So how are we doing tonight? You will notice that the chat and all the other stuff I tried to add is not on screen anymore. I have a holiday expression I'm going to say here. OBS Streamlabs can suck my jingle bells. That's going to be the closest I get to cursing on here, hopefully. What is it with that software? It is glitchy. It is, I would say hard to set up. I mean, it's easier to set up than if you programmed it yourself, but my gosh. It's unreliable. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Unreliable. Oh, I need music that keeps going through here, but every time I tried that in the last stream, I keep getting flagged. Oh no, you have entertainment going on in your stream. We can't have that from a small YouTuber. Copyright claim. So, we're going to find out what's going on here tonight. By the way, it is another short stream tonight. I am still suffering with after effects of being sick, and I mean, it's getting better, I will tell you that. But if you notice, I still keep having to take deep breaths because that shortness of breath is lingering around. I was told from my doctor to expect this for 4 to 6 weeks. And we are on week 2 of that. Actually just starting out on week 2. So, I mean, it's gonna be getting there as we go. So before we get started, this is exciting. Yesterday, sitting on my porch was a package. And that's always an exciting thing, right? Feels like Christmas every day whenever we get that going. So I'm just going to show you this thing. It's insane. Do you know what this is? It may help to see the top here. There we go. Like doing this in the mirror. This is a Turbo Duo. Let me put that mic back down here. This is a Turbo Duo. This is a TurboGrafx 16 and CD console put into one nice, neat package. It did not sell well because the TurboGrafx didn't sell well. And it's very rare today. I actually didn't look up the value of it. I never ever thought I would ever see one of these in person, much less own one. Let's take a look and see what the total sales were for this thing. I should have done that as I was going along here, but I didn't know if I was going to do it. So yes, obviously tonight I have to test it out on stream. You have one of those too, Jeff? That is awesome. I've never seen one before until I bought one. So The story will be shown on the channel, but just to give you a preview of what's coming up, until I can get the video going on this, I'm about done with the TurboGrafx 16 review, meaning I'm going to be moving on to the TurboGrafx CD. Now, I have a TurboGrafx CD attachment unit in the back, but I found this Turbo Duo, and now I really want to try it out, so I'm going to hook everything back in as I'm going here. Let me move the microphone around. You guys keep going in the chats while I'm hooking this thing back up. But yeah, this is what I'm going to stream tonight, because I also bought a few more TurboGrafx CD games. This is a giant connector, and I can't see what I'm doing. This is how we roll on stream. I start the stream, and then I'm like, yeah, I probably should have done some prep before this. Got everything set up. Wish I had one of those. Yeah, it is. I will tell you this. There's a couple things that made me get this console. Number one, I wasn't able to get a PS5. So, and even still now, it's going to be a while before I can afford one again, because I spent a little bit more than I should have on this. So anyway, I was looking at the total sales of the Turbo Duo over here. And as it came out in 1991, it originally sold for $299, adjusted for inflation. Here in the US, that's $563.11. I will give you a hint, I did not pay that for it. It was an expensive console, though. But not only that, it also needed some repairs. So I actually found this at a retro game store, but if you heard me mention it, this actually came back through the mail. I can't find total sales on I'm gonna have to do some research on this. I think, if anything, they probably sold maybe 100,000 of these. I mean, it's just... Yeah, let me see. Developed by NEC and Hudson Soft for the North American markets, Turbo Duo was test marketed in Los Angeles in 1992 before a nationwide rollout in 1993. They stopped supporting this in 1995, so that ought to give you a hint of why it's rare. Hey, Bray Dodo, welcome to the stream. No, and that's the thing, Jeff. It was not recapped when I got it, but now I'm not an expert on the TurboGrafx 16. I'm actually not an expert in any electronical knowledge thing, but I know just enough to be dangerous, is what I tell people. So what I ended up doing was I found a guy online who was willing to recap the system and fix some issues. It worked when I got it, but the sound was so soft, and the audio, the CD audio would keep cutting out on it. So I didn't. I knew it needed some work inside, but I decided to go ahead and get this. Basically, get someone who can fix it for me, and this guy did it. He did a great job. It'll all be in the video that I plan to do about this, but the video is not going to be out for a while. I'm just going to be honest. It's going to take me a while to get that done, and I have a couple other projects I need to get done before that. But maybe before I get done with the TurboGrafx 16 review, I got to plug it in. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get some games going here. So the first game I'm going to play is actually one of the launch titles. We're going to play Fighting Street, which, yes, is the first Street Fighter. I think I played this on the Wii on the channel a little while back, but just to give you an idea, these are what the TurboGrafx CDs look like. As you guys can see my... Oh, wow, that's kind of weird. You guys can see the reflection of that. So it is an authentic, original TurboGrafx CD. This was actually pretty cheap compared to what else I spent on the console. Ooh, here's another game in here we're going to play too. I'll probably end the stream with that one. But we're not going to spend long on this game because, as you might have been able to tell from other people online, it is not... Turn the TV on. It is not the best. Go and get this going here. Let's see how it looks. This was working a little bit ago, so let's see if it's still working. Oh, of course, it probably helps if I plug it in. There we go. OXO, welcome to the stream. You just missed it. I just showed the console I'm streaming from. Be quiet, Alexa. All right, yeah. It's doing that thing again. And I think it's because I switched over from my old, my new setup back to my old. So let me, yeah, it's not picking up the right one. I'm going to have to pause the stream for a second. I'll be right back. There we go, am I back? That is the weirdest thing. Because, like I said, my other OBS thing was not working well. What's wrong? It's just, like I said, I was using OBS Streamlabs, and that program is a nightmare. It is just a badly made program. So, let's go ahead and press the start button. Hey, Golden, welcome back to the stream. Is there anyone I missed on there? Hopefully I didn't miss everyone. I got Bray Dodo, Jeff, OX. Making sure I'm not setting off my echo when I say that. Sushi Slasher, Demon Rage. Robert was here right at the beginning. All right, looks like we're doing good. One thing I'll mention about this too, another advantage to having this Turbo Duo is it has the version 3 system ROM in it, meaning I'm going to be able to play every game that was released for this, at least in the US. So let's go ahead and get this loaded up here, and we will see what the game looks like. Again, this was circa 1989. Still here? Good. Yes, and it's working. Looks like, so the weird thing about this game is it's going to look off center, like I need to adjust my console. And that is not the case. This game actually shows everything a little bit off center on the screen. So I'm not sure exactly why that is. Poor programming, maybe, I have no idea. But anyway, this is Fighting Street. I'm gonna point out, OBS is a great program to use. Definitely, I recommend using OBS. Stay away from Streamlabs. Streamlabs has given me nothing but pain. Streamlabs has a whole bunch of great features. There are some people who use it, but man. Yes. Just in time for this terrible game you wanted to see. The game is not very good. I already tried it. This came yesterday, so I already played this game for a little bit. Get a good drink of tea here. But yeah, so if you guys don't know, this is the first Street Fighter. It was called Fighting Street on the home port. I don't know if the original was called Street Fighter or not, and then maybe they changed it. Like I said, I should have looked this stuff up beforehand. Here we go. Yes, it was originally called Street Fighter in the arcades in Japan and in the US. However, a port for the PC Engine / TurboGrafx CD was released under Fighting Street in 1988. This would have been 1989. And this game was released for the Wii's Virtual Console in 2009, which is the only way I played it. Oh yeah, the sick voice sampling. Yeah, Streamlabs is the one I'd stay away from. I usually try to keep things positive, but I had a horrible experience with Streamlabs. I doubt I ever go back to it. All right, let's press the run button. Now, it looks like I can't have the computer play itself, which is unfortunate because I'd like to see more than 4 seconds of gameplay. You know what? I'm going to do one player, and I can actually hear this thing moving. I'm without my headphones, so I also have to listen to the TV as well. Should I be Japan, US, China, or the UK? I'm going to be the US. Can't be worse than Street Fighter 2 on C64. You know what? Since I haven't played it, you're going to have to be the judge of that. Had to get a cup of Joe. That's right. I had to stop the stream for a little bit. Ryu versus Joe. I have the game volume all the way up too. Keep in mind, this is CD audio you're listening to. Oh, I'm already getting my rear end handed to me. So if you can't tell who I am not the guy in the red. Ryu, although that doesn't look like Ryu. Oh my gosh, look at how slow I jump. Every time I jump, he just gets right in there. I might win this match. That is the first time... Ooh, sorry. That is the first time I've ever won on here. That is awesome. Ryu won the first round. Now, that probably won't happen again. I was literally button mashing the entire time. Ah, yes. Coffee, the elixir of life, and oh yeah, that music. I was expecting to lose that match. Round 2. Fight! Did I get first strike? I did. So basically, Turbo has no effect here. That guy keeps jumping, and he can jump fast. I can't. Maybe that's what I was doing wrong last time, is I kept trying to jump, and that's what kept killing me. Because every time I jump, he's able to hit me. Ooh, that's gonna kill my thumbs. Ryu won the round. Yeah, sounds like he's saying Michael before he starts fighting. I know this is the 90s. He may have been referring to Michael Jackson. Or Michael Jordan. Let's strength, but don't forget, there are many guys like you all over the world. There's no one like me.
Don't forget there are many guys like you all over the world.
What was that? The characters have different stats in a way. I don't know. I didn't choose my character. I just I just chose a country, and it just picked the character for me. I have to assume that they're using a Japanese guy saying English words. Probably had no idea what words he was saying. I like how I'm at Mount Rushmore now. Alright, this guy, look how, oh my gosh! He just 3-hit me and I'm dead. Now that is how I'm used to this game going. You love that line so much. Looks like Ivan Drago in sweatpants, yeah. I'm gonna jump. Oh my gosh, that jump. Oh, I hit him. I hit him again. Okay, maybe this one, the secret is jumping. Nope, that didn't work. Oh. And his range is so much better than mine. Look at how quickly that goes. Yes, he is fast. Look at the controller in a different port for a different character, I think. Oh, okay, so I've got my turbo tap for that, maybe? I'm going to continue, but you know we're not going to go very far in this one. I'm a little mad at myself because I wasn't recording the first fight, so I'm trying to capture this for the video I'm going to do on this later. Round 1. That voice sampling is terrible. Yeah, it's so awesome. That's from my childhood. Even though this is on a CD, it still sounds like, good lord. Oh, there we go. But man, I don't know if you guys can hear it when I'm pressing, but I am pressing these buttons as fast as humanly possible. Alright, I'm going to turn on the turbo button on both and see what happens. I doubt it does any good. It didn't do any good yesterday. Okay, that didn't do any good. There's only like 4 buttons on this controller, so I'm trying to figure out which one blocks, and I'm assuming maybe crouch, but I don't have enough time to figure it out.
You've got a lot to run before you beat me. Try again, kid.
You're correct. So awesome and yet terrible. We're going again. If I was actually paying quarters per play, I would have stopped playing immediately, but... You know what's amazing? Since this was the first, I believe the first home port of any Street Fighter game in the US, so... I would have been... I guess I wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together that this was supposed to be Street Fighter. Like, oh, who ripped off who? Was it Fighting Street, or was it Street Fighter. Okay, ducking does not block. Nothing blocks. One button is punch. Look at the length of his jabs compared to mine.
I'm strong.
Oh. Good thing I don't rage quit easily. Alright, I can, like, barely move. And I got off like 50 shots, but none of them were able to hit him.
I'm strong.
Let me turn that up.
You've got a lot to run before you beat me. Try again, kid.
Is Mike supposed to sound like Sylvester Stallone? I feel like that's...
Game over.
Oh, that's it. Look at the choppiness of the frames. I mean, this is early 90s goodness, even though it's from 1989. So I didn't break the top 10. Imagine that. All right, so here's what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to do player 1 versus player 2 and see if it'll let me do it.
Japan.
I'll be Japan this time. And then hopefully... Yeah, so your nationality determines which character you play as. The digitized voice samples were killing me. Yeah, you're probably not used to dealing with that. Alright, here we go. Round 1. Let's do this. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get off a punch here because, yeah. I'm... Oh. Okay. I'm probably going to run out of time, if anything. So I'm controlling both characters at the same time with one controller. This is... Okay, somehow I got one to jump. I'm probably still going to lose this match, aren't I? Yeah, the nonsensical laughing. What? I don't even feel like I'm pressing the button to do that. Okay. Time's up, but I won, alright. That's insane. We're not going to do this. I'm just going to beat this first round so I feel good about myself again. And if you're just Mr. Tamiya, you're just joining us. I am playing, apparently myself. It thinks I'm player 1 and player 2 at the moment. So this is Fighting Street, the very first Street Fighter home port game. It was not available on any other console. I believe this is the only one, the only home port of this game. Look at that. I'm beating myself this time. I don't know how I'm doing that. What? This game has no logic. Alright, so obviously we're going to go with this one more time. Round 3. I'm going till somebody wins. I hope I win this time. And not... I'm playing me and myself. It's like, I don't get... That's gotta be a problem with the controller, maybe. Because sometimes I do find myself... Yeah, see how one of the characters' moves is a bit delayed? Or maybe that's how they're doing two controllers out of the same port. There we go. What? How did that happen? Yes, it's definitely it's taking player 1's inputs first, and then duplicating them to. Oh, I just got punched in the face. There we go. Madmen in pajamas. Almost. Can I get him before time runs out? There we go.
All right.
Is there a catchphrase at the end of this one?
I wish you good luck.
What happened to his face? Okay, we're not going to play this one because that's just absolutely ridiculous. I should get my turbo tap out and see if I can break that off, and then hopefully it wouldn't take my controller inputs for both. Oh no, it's making me play against so player 2 is out. So that's hilarious. I'm lasting longer against who did it say I'm playing? Yeah. It's not giving me any much better results. I didn't know it was going to do that. Recently started playing Yoshi's Island. Now, are you playing the DS version, or are you playing the Super Nintendo version, Golden? So somehow he's blocking my... But he's just not like Big Mike, who takes out my half of my health in 1, 2, 3 jabs. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a Shadow Link style mirror match. I think it was, since I chose player 1 and 2. I was able, the way the TurboGrafx works is it all goes through one controller port, so it probably thought that both controllers were pressing the same input.
You've got a lot to run before you beat me. Try again, kid.
Alright, I'm going to let this one go to game over.
Game over.
It's that classic Capcom arcade game over screen. Alright, so that's the end of Fighting Street. It's okay. Can't really... I don't think back in the day I would have enjoyed that either. I definitely don't enjoy it today. I only bought this game because, number one, it's cheap, but number two, it's a launch title. And oh yeah, on the back, in case you didn't know, this is a CD. Which, it is kind of strange. I should have brought one of the TurboGrafx games over. They both go in a same jewel case. But yeah, I guess some people wouldn't know this was a CD-based game. Parents back in the 90s probably wouldn't have. Like, what's a CD? I hear that now from kids today. So the next game I'm going to play is a game called Buster Bros. This was another cheapo that I got from online. Now, what's weird about this game is it looks like... according to the packaging, it looks like it's a PC Engine game because it's got that Super CD System 2 logo on it, but it's actually a TurboGrafx 16 game. So I think this is the first time I played this one. I don't think I played this one last time. We're back on the Super... It's supposed to be CD-ROM. Is it CD-ROM squared? Or is it the CD-ROM-ROM? I forgot how you're actually supposed to pronounce it. But it's funny, they don't call this the TurboGrafx CD in this version. It's just always called the Super CD-ROM 2, is what I call it, system. And this is version 3, which is the latest on here. Neat. Awesome, hadn't seen the original Street Fighter game in a while. Yeah, random reviews. Welcome to the stream. And It's Always Sunny, also welcome to the stream. Yeah, not very many people play the original Street Fighter because it's very bad. The controls are very clunky, and I don't know how you get used to that. So as you can see here, this is a puzzle-style game. And one thing that you'll see is a common question that I would ask about a game like this is why did it need the CD system instead of a regular cartridge to run? And most of the time you're going to find out it's because they added CD audio and that's about it. So again, this is called Buster Bros. I'm going to let the demo run for a little bit while I catch up on the chat. Super CD-ROM squared. Yeah, I think it's actually supposed to be called CD-ROM-ROM. Kind of like how Mario's first and last name is the same. Mario. I don't know if that's a Japanese culture thing or not. Let's take a look at that. Graphics 16. ROM. CD-ROM. There it is. Yep, there it is. The CD-ROM 2, pronounced CD-ROM-ROM, is an attachment for the PC Engine that was released. In 1991, NEC introduced an upgraded version of the CD-ROM-ROM system, known as the Super CD-ROM-ROM 2, which includes BIOS updates to version 3.0, increases the RAM from 64 kilobytes to 256 kilobytes. I think that was mainly due to the fact that the Sega CD came out, and the Sega CD, like, really blew away what this system can do. And they intentionally did that. They wanted the Sega CD to be the better CD add-on, and they were trying to compete with what Nintendo was going to do, and Nintendo didn't end up getting one. So the Japanese called it the CD-ROM-ROM, yep. Hudson Soft, beloved and hated, yeah. Actually, I like a lot of Hudson Soft software. Wow, look at these stage numbers. Okay, I can't go any further than that. Let me go back to the beginning. Okay. Ooh. So if I'm right, I can't let these things hit me. Oh. Oh. I really wanted that dual thing. And now it's gone. Yep. Because then I could have shot 2 of these out at a time. Ooh. I almost died. Alright, there we go. So that's pretty simple. You're jealous of the wood paneling I have? You should thank the guy who owned this house before me. He was an older gentleman who obviously still lived in time frame. In fact, this whole area down here for him was actually his home theater, which, what in the world is that thing and why is it coming? What in the world is going on here? Can those things hurt me? Do you really want to hurt me? I was thinking of Shrek earlier today. And that's a song that, that Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? That's the one that Gingy sings. Okay. Not quite sure what that's supposed to do. Whatever. Been wanting to create an 80s room in your man cave? Hey. Works out if most of it's already built when you get the house. So I'm very confused about why that is able to do that. Oh! Oh! This game is actually a little bit harder, well, at least a little more challenging than I think I'm making it look. Oh! Yeah, like right there I got hit. What in the world just happened there? I think I hit dynamite and all of a sudden, yeah. Yep, there was no way I was going to be able to beat that one. That's it. Let's continue. So again, the question I'm asking myself is, why does this need to be on a CD? Because this looks almost exactly like all the other TurboGrafx games. Now, for Fighting Street, I can understand. Whoa, what is that? For Fighting Street, I understand because they needed all that room for that digitized speech. That was awesome, right? Okay, I got some sort of protective shield. Okay. Protective shield's gone. Got it. Oh, I get to fly in an airplane in this one. I didn't see what that said. But I'm going to pause if I can. I can't pause. No way I can make it over there. Let's go ahead and continue again. Catching some things. Up, is it going to come over? I think if I get that dynamite, I'll be good, but I'm not going to be able to get there in time. Whoa! Yeah. I'm not a big fan of what's going on over here. There we go. Now I gotta worry about that time limit. There we go. Hey, what's up? Is this the turbo version of Super Buster Bros? No, this is actually on the Turbo Graphics CD. Yeah. I should have grabbed that timepiece while I could. Here we go. Alright, so that takes everything down to its smallest. Oops, I got hit. Okay, I don't know what that guy's doing to me. That's it. Okay. Again, when all that stuff happens, I have no idea. It's definitely the same game. Yeah, it kind of feels like it. So this same game was released on the Super Nintendo is what I'm hearing. It's kind of interesting. I've never played any game like this before. It can get challenging. Yep, that was kind of stupid of me. And that's it. That's game over. I made it to stage 2-6, whatever that means. It's interesting. Let's see if I can try a later level and see if I'm any good at it. We're going to stage 3-7. Oh, geesh. There we go. Dead. Ah, dead. Oh. That's what happens when I don't keep my eye on the screen. I guess. Ooh. Okay, now they're falling through. Oh, good. Oh, and I ran right into it. This is also an arcade game. That makes sense to me because it plays more like an arcade puzzler game than it does like a platform one. Oh. Alright, I kind of want that dynamite, but it looks like I'm not going to get it. I'm not doing better with this one like I thought I would. This is where that turbo function would come in handy. There we go. We got through it. Well, that was short-lived. Come on. Come on here, people. Listen to my story. Ooh. Okay, so those animals will come in and run into my little barrier things that I'm creating and take them out. Ooh. Okay, I couldn't shoot after that. I was so close. This game could get... I was just about to say, this game could get addicting. I'm not quite sure how fun it is to watch. Yeah, that was terrible. So there's no way to jump to get that, so that's just sacrificed. Yeah, now I'm stuck until that disappears, or... There we go. Come on through. Alright, or don't. There we go. There was two of them. One more. Can I get it? There we go. I'm like just shooting until I can get to something. Hey Vinyl, welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm not able to keep up with the chat as much as usual, but it is very it's very difficult because I can't pause this. I can pause certain items out of here. No. Well, that's bad because I'm trapped. Super addicting, yes. Hey, Merry Christmas to you too, Sushi. Going to sleep now? Merry Christmas? Yep. Okay, so that's what started that off. Simple concept, difficult execution. I think that was actually oh, I'm back to the beginning again. I think that was actually Atari's motto. Easy to pick up, difficult to master. If I'm right, this game can go for insane prices on other systems. So this wasn't exactly... Let's see, Buster Bros. No, I'm not. I'm thinking of a different game. What's the game I'm thinking of that sells for a lot on the NES? That has a Bros in it, that's not Buster Bros. This is actually... I did buy the most expensive copy of it. Buying it for the TurboGrafx. But there is one for the Super Nintendo. There's a Buster Bros collection. Oh yeah, 2 players would be good with this game. I think it would be. You played the entire first weekend. You got the SNES version. Oh yeah, Buster Bros collection for the PlayStation might be a worthy pickup. I don't know what else comes with it, but it's the cheapest, and apparently it comes with more than one version of Buster Bros. I can't think of it's some. Oh, is it Snow Bros? I bet you it's Snow Bros. Is what I was thinking of. Yes. If you get that for the NES, it's $200 loose or $455 with the box. Yeah, that's definitely not this game. Snow Bros, I think, was also made by Capcom, actually. This is made by Hudson. Yeah, Hudson and Capcom, so it is a Capcom game. Yeah, Jeff, I tried the run button, would not pause it. I tried the run button, I tried the select button, I tried turning turbo off and pressing all the buttons. Just didn't work out to pause it. Well, that's right. We're done with this game for now. I just kind of want to showcase that off. The next game I'm not going to play for very long, but this is the game I tested out the system with. So when I first got it, and that's how I noticed that the sound was off. Oh yeah, this is the first game I bought for the for the TurboGrafx CD. It's Magical Dinosaur Tour, which all right, I'll show it, but you don't. It's a game you don't want me to play. That's all I gotta say. So this is a game that back in the day would have actually not impressed me. It would have held my attention. What is the word I'm searching for with that? Excuse me a second. There we go. I just need one good cough. So this is like an edutainment title, kind of like a point and click explorer venture game kind of thing. Picked up Super Mario U Deluxe for the Switch for $20 last week. That's pretty good, Icy Pizza Boy. By the way, welcome to the stream. Sorry I missed your comment earlier. I'm trying to catch up on there.
The great expanse of space and Earth, documenting its history.
That sounds decent now, this voiceover, doesn't it?
A tremendous drama once unfolded here, lasting for 160 million years, and involving the largest and most powerful animals the Earth has ever seen. The great dinosaurs.
I wonder why that's called the Magical Dinosaur.
We are now entering into the mysterious age of the dinosaur.
Look at those CD graphics. This definitely reminds me of like an early DOS PC game that would have been on CD. Oh, and I can see how they're scrolling the screen there. I wonder if that would have been visible on an actual TV. Yes, much better voice than Fighting Street. It's pretty clear. I don't know why I can't see a T-Rex without having that scene from Deadpool play in my head. All the creatures feared the T-Rex. And there it is, folks. The Magical Dinosaur Tour. From Victor Musical Industries. Now, they made games for the Sega CD as well that were also of low quality, but they were kind of the same theme. Edutainment, point and click kind of thing. And there's really no game to this. All it is you scroll through screens, you click on stuff, and it tells you information about them. Now, as a kid, as being like 5 years old and getting this, I'd have been like, whoa, cool, I get to explore with the dinosaurs. By the time Jurassic Park came out, I would have been very disinterested in this. I'd have been like, wow, this is, yeah, this was something. And I probably would have, of course, years later found this incredibly nostalgic, would have paid hundreds of dollars to get it back. I'd be like, I just like seeing the actual atmosphere of things that are going through here. Notice how when you scroll through the screen, it stops and pauses? That's because I can hear this thing loading it. This is a single-speed CD-ROM drive. And what that means is it can load about as fast as a regular CD player. It can load 150 kilobytes of data per second. 150 kilobytes is... How many kilobytes is that? About 153 kilobytes a second, or 1.2 megabits a second. It takes 80 minutes to read the full CD. So, yep. You don't have a copy of this one in your collection? That looks like a good thing. Oh, it is. Wait till I start playing the game. I'm using that term loosely. All right, I think we've gone through all the screens here. So I press start or press run. And there we go. So here's Green Barney giving me some information. I can't read what that is though. Let's go on to another one. I'm assuming in the manual it'll tell you what all this stuff is supposed to be, but I have no idea. Let's just choose the first option. I hear the CD drive going to town. Oh. Okay, now it's going to tell me guidance, menu, help. Let's go to help. Let's see what the help guide has to offer.
Use button 1 to select the dinosaur category of your choice.
What? I never would have figured that out.
You can also use the same button to skip a selection or move to the next one. To access the dictionary mode, simply press button 1. The original hitting the select.
Yeah, I'm skipping all that. I do like seeing, I always like seeing in-game the controllers remade with the system's graphics. I don't know why, I think that's kind of cool. Yes, you just heard me say something about this game was kind of cool. Alright, so that gave me those menus. Let's try the next one.
Magical Tour.
I couldn't hear that. Said something for us, didn't it?
Moving dinosaurs can easily be viewed in the period and area where they lived.
Yeah.
Magical Tour.
Am I allowed to go into it?
Moving dinosaurs can easily be viewed in the period and area where they lived.
Okay, apparently that's all that does.
Detailed information on a particular dinosaur can be called up by its name. The genealogical and evolutionary diversity of dinosaurs is visible on the family tree.
Remember we mixed up Mother Goose on the PC CD-ROM in the early 90s? Another edutainment title that was fun. I'll have to see if I can dig it out. There's one called Toonland, which had a Howie Mandel do the voice of the main character of it. Howie Mandel, who you might know from Deal or No Deal or from America's Got Talent here in the U.S. He used to do a show called Bobby's World back in the day, and he kind of used that voice to do it. Like, he was a children's voice actor for a little while. So, if I can find that someday, I might stream that. I'll have to get a virtual machine running up for it, though. Sega CD was also single speed as well. I think you're right about that. 34 degrees outside and still need your AC on. 34 degrees Fahrenheit, yes. So that'd be, what, 1 or 2 degrees Celsius?
This is the ending. It also explains theories about the extinction of the dinosaurs.
Okay. What? So I'm confused. There's a spot where you go in to view the dinosaurs, and I can't find it. Some kid needs to come in here and figure out how this works.
This is a variety box.
Oh. I gotta press the run button. I should have listened to the instructions. Did it just take me back to the same screen? Oh, I was in a tutorial mode. So it's telling me what all the buttons do. That's whatever. I just want you to see how bad this is, and then we'll keep going. Do I want the top heavyweight contenders, the top longest dinosaurs, the tallest dinosaurs, the strongest man-eaters, the smallest dinosaurs, the fastest dinosaurs, or the smartest dinosaurs? We need to get some Jeopardy theme music here while you guys decide. Oop, can't go that far. Here we go. There we go. Hey, Walter, welcome to the stream. All right, I'm going to go with, let's go with the top heavyweight contenders.
The top 3 heavyweight contenders. Tied for the 3rd spot are Cetiosaurus, Antarctosaurus, and Rebbachosaurus, the fossil fragments that have been found of these behemoths indicate that each easily weighed more than...
You know, just giving you an idea here, all these terms are probably outdated. They probably renamed these dinosaurs 5 times by now.
Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus blanchi probably weighed more than 80 tons and remains the largest dinosaur ever found in full.
Next to your mom.
The champion heavyweight.
Here we go, number 1.
Ultrasaurus.
Whew.
Ultrasaurus mackintoshi, found in Colorado in 1979, is estimated to have weighed an amazing 130 tons. There are those scientists, however,
Dang.
who believe it is simply an exceptionally large Brachiosaurus rather than a new variety.
So, they made a whole new species based on this guy. They don't even know if he's an actual separate dinosaur or not. Alright, that's enough edutainment for today. Am I going to track down the NEC 6-button controller? What kind of magical weirdness are you talking about? There's a 6-button NEC controller? And I guess I'll ask this too. What games use it? Huh. So I see there's one for the PC Engine. But yeah, I wonder what games use it. Ah, oh my gosh. Alright, I can't show you this because it's on my screen here, but each one of them has its own turbo button. Its own turbo switch. So the answer is, I didn't know this existed until you just pointed it out to me, Jeff. You just got a huge arcade stick for the Jenny. Was it the Jenna stick? Is what they call it? I'm turning that game off. I feel tempted to learn something or teach something if I'm going to be showing that. But think about what kind of market this game would have been released in. Parents would have been like, "Oh, my kid will enjoy watching something like that," because there were no such things as PowerPoint back then, and that's pretty much what they're watching. Oh my gosh, this thing was like the equivalent of Zoom teaching. Teaching on a Zoom session. This game is so far ahead of its time. It's so cool. All right, let me get my games stacked in a row here. I've got 2 more games to show. The next one I'm going to show takes a while to get into. It's an RPG, and this is the game I found with the Turbo Duo. How are we doing on time here? All right, we're good. This is the game that made me realize that the sound chip wasn't working well on here. The sound chip was doing synthesis well, but CD audio was not, was cutting out. And the, what am I thinking of? The synthesizer audio worked great, but the CD audio cut out, and the volume was very far reduced. I had to turn the volume way, way up to actually hear it. I usually have to do that anyway since I'm hard of hearing, but, you know, it is what it is. But for a single-speed CD-ROM, this is actually loading games kind of quick. But yes, Ys 3, Wanderers from Ys, was one of the few games that I was able to snag for this system. This is the one I'm shocked about. It's not exceptionally rare, but it is a title that's sought after by game collectors.
Think back to your worst nightmare. The feeling of dark isolation and helplessness. The feeling that an evil force controlled your destiny.
Just like 2020.
Perhaps we can compare these emotions with the terror that enclosed the people of Kenai. Their peace had been shattered by the domination of an evil demon named Demonicus. His long arms of decimation swept over the lands and burned all life in an inferno of slaughter and destruction. Yet even the worst nightmares offer some hope for survival. Kanai's fortunes lay in this stunning warrior of indomitable strength. His bravery was
Nice
renowned
cross shot.
throughout the land, as he had once saved an entire world from similar destruction. But now his challenge was greater than ever before. The insurmountable ferocity of Demonicus was frightening even to our courageous hero. But a real man never shows his fear. And Adol was, in fact, a most gallant soul. He battled Demonicus with equal intensity in this horrific struggle to the death. The skies had darkened, and the earth shook as Demonicus applied his brutal force and displayed his savage rage. There were to be no prisoners in this holy war of good over evil. Demonicus unleashed his awesome size and strength against our hero, but Adol's cunning wit allowed him to avoid and eclipse all of the alien's fatal blows. There was more than just a miracle behind this savior of tormented lands. Who could fight such courageous battles and manage to pull victory from such impossible odds? Who was this strange raider of evil foes? His legend and the legend of this land are about to be retold. The adventure is in the spirit of the warrior, and the warrior is you. Go now, Adol, and seek out these dark forces that oppress and terrorize the innocent lives of Kenai.
Okay, that got cut off a little short. So yeah, that is an awesome intro for a game like this. This would have been groundbreaking in terms of what you would have seen from a console game until this time. This was released in 1991, and that was the same year the Super Nintendo came out. But up until that time, even the Sega CD wasn't out yet. Voice acting was very, very sparingly used. So hearing that long monologue in the beginning would have been something that was seen as impressive to me as a kid. I still like it today. The art style with this game is still kind of spot on to where I think it kind of lives up. But anyway, this is what you see when you boot up the game on the Sega Genesis, is this beginning here, where they have the text scroll on the screen and it's got the music that plays in the background. Obviously the music isn't as good, or at least as high of quality as it is on here. I'm not going to say good or bad at this point. But let's catch up on some of the comment here. Yes, my Turbo Duo did suffer enough by playing the Magical Dinosaur Tour. By the way, I plan on ending strong, so if you guys don't like this game, I got one more I'm going to play before I end the stream tonight, which is a bit more action-oriented. Let me see, the PC Engine, NEC 6-button controller, you have two of them. Interesting. Yeah, that's one heck of a controller, but I wonder what games use it. It's got to be just fighting games. All of the fighting games for SNK CD-ROM games are excellent for that controller. Yeah, that's kind of what they did for, I'm trying to think here again, for the Neo Geo, right? They had that 4-button controller meant for fighting games that were pretty good. I mean, that controller is like an arcade stick in itself, like an actual arcade cabinet stick. So the intro is still playing here. If I'm right, it's just going to play the story again. Yep. And if it plays the story again, I'm not going to talk over the intro again. So I have the ability to continue where I left off or play from the beginning, and I'm going to play from the beginning just because I know where to go for the first couple of things. Again, CD quality audio here.
Hey, Adolf! Smell that fresh sea breeze? The ship is in top shape. We're ready to shove off.
The anime art style fits this pretty well. Very 90s sounding theme. sad that it can't quite do full motion video, but it's kind of nice. And yes, they have a very hard time doing full motion video on a console like this because of the read limitation from the CD-ROM drive. 153 kilobytes a second is not very big. Sounds like Sulu from Star Trek, kinda. I do agree with that assessment a little bit, Sushi. Picked up Final Fantasy Mystic Quest on the SNES. Soundtrack on vinyl. Oh, really? So you picked up the soundtrack, or did you also pick up the game? Mystic Quest is a hard one for me to get into. It's supposed to be more accessible for people who don't like RPGs, but I mean, I found it to be a little bit more cumbersome. Hey, 8-Bit, welcome back to the stream. Glad you could make it on this, as someone put it, the chilly Tuesday night. We are playing the Turbo Duo tonight. Just got it back from repairs. This guy recapped the system, fixed the drive, cleaned out the CD lens, and this guy did an awesome job. There was he showed me inside of the console what he had to fix. The board is in rough shape. The fact that he got it working as well as it did, this guy was awesome. So we'll be seeing a video about that later on here. Okay, now this is the music I'm used to hearing. This is synthesizer music. This is being created by the TurboGrafx, if I had to guess. Final Fantasy was the first game you ever played back in '91? It was the second Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, the music in that game was awesome. You are correct. Hope I'm feeling better this week. I'm getting a little better every day, 8-Bits. It's been a couple weeks since I've made my recovery. I'm sorry, this is the beginning of week 2 of my recovery, so I've been recovered for a week, and now this is my second week in recovery. Still some fatigue, still some shortness of breath, but other than that, I'm pretty, 90% is what I tell people. I'm about 90% there. All 3 Ys games on the Turbo Duo are excellent. You know what? I hope so, because I also ordered Ys 1 and 2. So, this is a game series, actually, that another Twitter follower of mine recommended to me. And I said, great, that's what I need, another RPG from this time period. Hold on a second, look at the background. This weirded me out on the Sega Genesis, too. How they do the...
Do you like my town?
Hang on, sorry.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, why don't you look where you're going?
Say, aren't you Dogie?
Elena? I barely recognized you.
Dogie, you haven't changed a bit.
Very funny, Elena. Tell me, how's your brother, Chester?
I like that voice
I haven't
acting.
seen him in the last few months. I'm sorry, but I'm in a hurry.
After so many years, we finally meet again, and now you've got to run? Adel, I'm going ahead to the inn. See you later.
Where's he going? Is that it? Okay. So anyway, yeah, it's getting colder now. Yep, it's chill in the UK. Central heating is on high. Yeah, I kind of keep my thermostat set a little bit chilled for most people's taste, but 67 is a good temperature for me. So that's where I've got mine at. But anyway, I was going to say is the side-scrolling, how they do the parallax scrolling in here. Yeah, look at that. The buildings in the background kind of stutter. That weirded me out in the Sega Genesis version, too. But it's partially because there is no way to do parallax scrolling on here. Look, she's following me. I think I'm supposed to talk to her. But anyway, let me catch up on the chat before I start playing the game here. It looks so good the same, getting colder now. Yes, Walter, I was not sure, I was positive. Is what I've been telling people. So yes, that is why I was off for 2 weeks. I was not in any condition to stream. So it was the week before Thanksgiving and the week of Thanksgiving. And thankfully I turned a corner right before Thanksgiving, but I still had to stay by myself. So This game has voice acting. Yes, T-Tech Trav, if you missed it, this is the Turbo Duo. So I am playing this on CD. This is Ys 3, Wanderers from Ys for the TurboGrafx. And yes, it is the CD version. CD's in the console. So yes, it's kind of weird to see these old 16-bit games have voice acting. And then again here, poor Mayor Grady, he seems so worried. Can I go inside? I know there's some more voice acting for you. Mayor Grady isn't home. Can I rob his house? Yeah, I can't do anything here. Sorry to hear that, but glad you're okay. Well, I appreciate that, Walter. I really do. I'd be devastated if something happened to you. Glad you're okay. Well, I appreciate that. Hey, Josh, welcome to the stream. One of these has got to be the shop. I think I remember that. Alright, old lady voice. I gotta do my best old lady voice. Give me a second. You gotta leave me alone, Sonny. Talking to nice young men like you reminds me of my late son, Roy. Okay, that's all she has to say. I can't loot their houses. I don't know. This must have been before the pandemic. Grandma Ada won't come out of her house since her son Roy died in the mining accident. Ooh. That's pretty tragic. Yep, this guy wants to talk to me. This town can't survive without the... Now, is that the Tiger Mine? Is that just misspelled? Instead of Tigra Mine? Hey, Barry, welcome to the stream. Oh my, I'm sorry to hear about that, Icy Pizza Boy. Hopefully, yeah, as I say, hopefully she's getting better. Thankfully, I was the last one of my family to contract it, but now everyone except for my mother has contracted this ailment. What am I buying out of here? I only have 1,000 in gold, so I'm not gonna buy anything in here. Thank you, come again. I heard they had to ban Abu from The Simpsons. Good voice acting, yeah. When was the last TurboGrafx 16 game made? I want to say 94 or 95. It was about a year before they discontinued the console. Strangely. Oh yes, I want a sword. Short sword's fine. 400G. I'm assuming that's... Oh, that's gold. I was going to say Gil? I thought that was specifically a Final Fantasy thing. Let's buy some armor. Leather armor, chainmail, banded. Let's go with leather armor. 300? Why not? Do I have enough for a shield? Wooden shield? Yes, I do. And I probably have enough for an item. Thank you. Come again. The music kind of reminds me of what you would hear in Final Fantasy, to tell you the truth. The different tracks they have going on here. What's ring power? It costs 100 to recharge. Well, I don't think I need to do that. Herb? Healing herb. Healing herb, as I would have called it back in the day. You no longer need a PC Engine or Turbo Duo as you've hacked the PlayStation Classic and is doing a sterling job of playing all the games I've downloaded so far. Mega CD games too. Yeah, I didn't really need this console because I have the Raspberry Pi, the Retro Pi. But, I mean, there's just something about playing on original hardware I like. It might be the legality. Maybe I'm required to say that by law that it's legal to play it on original hardware. Had a few friends get it too. Really? Oh man, that is one too many. I'm very sorry to hear that, Icy Pizza Boy. I do know some people who've passed away. Sadly, it's just kind of the year it's been. So my heart goes out to everyone who's lost. I mean, it's not just losing a loved one. There are people who I know who've lost almost everything to it. Losing their job. I don't know anyone who's lost their house yet, but I know a couple people who are on the verge of it.
They came out of nowhere.
Here it is, voice
Mayor
acting.
Grady is still trapped in the mine. Someone must rescue him. Who are you? Really? A miner called Harvey already went to look for Grady, but we haven't heard from him since he entered the mine.
I had to turn up for the voice acting there. You guys can hear that. I'm on my way out of town. Oh, wait, hang on. This always gets me. Yeah. Equipment. I just bought the stuff. Is it smart enough? No, it was not smart enough to equip me with it as I purchased. Okay, so I have leather armor on. This could be very quick because it's very easy to die very early on in this game because you have no health. Wait, hang on. What did I just equip? I don't want to equip the item yet. There we go. And I don't have anything else, so there we go. And here's something you do in this game: you can save. So here are my saves that I tried before. Notice my health goes way up if you get to the top one. And this one's going to be way down, so hopefully I remember. Save 5 is that. Now the parallax scrolling's gone. Now we're going to travel to the mine and see how long I can last. Well, I'm glad to hear you're feeling better, Josh. You were in the same boat with me. I was not in the hospital, thankfully. I was able to, actually, I don't even know if the hospital would have taken me. I have a hospital in town that said they wouldn't admit me in. Because there's no place in my small rural community to actually get tested or do anything else like that, so I actually had to leave town so I can get the test done. But yeah, I'm very glad to hear that you were able to stay off of the ventilator. That's definitely a positive. I know a lot of people, I think the recovery rate of people on a ventilator is much slower, but I think a lot of the deaths that happen in the hospital, I think they all were on a ventilator, at least by the end. So it's kind of that thing where some people said they don't want morphine because that's what's in Saving Private Ryan. That's what they were giving people right before they died. Oh. So there we go. So basically, I just gotta. Yep, I already got hit. I basically just gotta keep swinging the sword as I walk in front of it, and I should be fine. There's that 90s synth soundtrack. Oh, I got hit again. The first time I played this game, I died instantly every time I came in front of this cave. Yes, some of these enemies auto spawn. Ah! Just gotta load the next area. Ah! I'm almost dead. Almost dead. There I am, I'm dead. I gained some health before the end, though. That's it, game over, and now, if I think it's going to set me right outside of my last save point, yeah. So I'm going to try that again. This game does have a lot of grinding. You'll download it, knew it well, almost picked up the Saturn version before. Okay. I don't know which one that was. Didn't realize it was on Saturn. I'm guessing it's an import. Yeah, it got a US release. Oh, it did get a US release, yeah. The only problem about importing Japanese Saturn games is if they're an RPG, then you're not going to be able to read the language that it's in. Perhaps if you had a fan translation guide as you go through it. Now if I stay in one place too long, those, I don't know, bees or whatever they are, will come out and start attacking me. Oh, I got hit by one of those spiders on the ground. Like I said, you just gotta keep swinging that sword in front of you. Now, if my health gets too low, remind me that I have a healing herb I can use. Well, I didn't get the chance. We're going to try that one more time before I get up there. So Ys 3 got a release on the Sega Saturn is what I'm reading. And it's only about $50. That's actually cheaper than it is on here. And this is a more obscure console. But I guess the PC engine was a lot better supported in Japan, as well as the Saturn. So. Okay, hold on. Health herb. What? I thought I turned around. Alright, well that's my last attempt. So yes, as you can tell, this game has a lot of grinding to go through. And I don't remember exactly where I left off on my strategy guide, so I'm not going to load from another save because I have no idea where I'm at in the game. I have one more game I want to try. And it's actually the surprise one. I picked up this game, I forgot where at, but I had no idea. It was actually in a lot of PC games that I got, things like Diablo. They weren't very good games, but it came without the case. It's just the CD. But even still, it's... Oops. Hang on. Oh, okay. I thought I had a marker on there. I'm like, no. So this was a lucky find. This is actually the second TurboGrafx CD game I ever got. You guys like the blue screen that comes up when that's not working on there? Watching Xbox 360 playthrough, Alice reminded me of the TG16 game. But the power of the console really impresses. Oh, Corpse Killer, not Ys. Okay. Oh yeah, Corpse Killer was on right, Corpse Killer was on Saturn as well as Sega CD. Yep. I actually did a comparison of that, I think, on one of my videos. Do I have any Famicom games in my collection? Yes. I kind of, every once in a while when I find them, I'll collect them, but I don't have anything unique. The only exclusive game I have is the Star Wars game. The one that was only released by Namco in Japan. This game is honestly, I am shocked that I have this game. I wanted it for the Sega CD. Didn't know I had it for the TurboGrafx actually for a while. We gotta crank this one up. Started collecting Famicom, didn't know why, but almost would rather play games on that than the NES releases. Yeah, I don't have a Famicom though, I play them through an adapter. So that's my thing. I play them on the NES with an adapter at the moment. Castlevania 3 on Famicom, yeah, that would be one I'd like to get. This one, this one's very well faking full motion video, this game is. This was released later in the system's life cycle. So that's why it looks like it's able to do full motion video, but it's not. It's just using the graphics and swapping them out real quick. Games should always have this kind of soundtrack with the FM sound, yep. Oh, with the VRC6 mapper, yeah. Unfortunately, unless you modify your console, that's not going to work on the original NES. So I would still like to get a Famicom. Actually, I'd like to get one of the ones that's the top-loader Famicom that has AV out. But that one's not compatible with the disc system. So I'd like to get the disc system, Famicom, and that whole classic setup. Or I'd like to get that top-loading Famicom that's kind of like the top-loader NES that has AV out. Strangely, the North American version of that did not have the the composite outs. It just had RF. This has a very long intro. They got to show off the power of that TurboGrafx CD, don't they? And again, they're faking the full motion video really well with this one. This game's got some awesome graphics for the TurboGrafx 16. This is the first game I've seen offer something that you truly couldn't get on a cartridge game, or on a card, on a Hue card, or as I call it, the EverDrive. I took it out of my TurboGrafx I was streaming with. I'm going to put it in here. But yes, folks, this is the game that I got on an extreme bargain. I played this for the Sega CD as well, so I'll have one to compare it against. This is Lords of Thunder, and this is the last game that I currently have on hand for my collection. This game goes for some massive money online. I don't think as much as it does for the Sega CD, but it was one of the later games released for the system, so let's go with Lords of Thunder. All right, here it's loading up here. It is actually, yes, it is more expensive on the Sega CD than it is on the Super CD-ROM. But this game is a side-scrolling shooter. That's what I said, Josh. That is very impressively done, because they're faking full motion video, because you can't do full motion video on a single-speed CD-ROM. The Sega CD does some software trickery to make it look like it's doing full motion video as well, or sorry, full screen full motion video. I should clarify that, because it can do a small, like, little tiny box version of an FMV. So yeah, this would have required the Super Arcade 2 card probably on a regular TurboGrafx, but I don't think I'll ever play CDs on my normal TurboGrafx again, because this one's got the System 3 ROM chip built into the system. So that's nice. I don't know if the Turbo EverDrive can emulate those cards or not. I'll have to look. But I have to keep it out while I'm doing CD games, or else it does mess up with some things. So the big thing... I'm going to turn this down. Sorry. The big thing with this game, this is not a game I want to turn down. It's got an awesome, like, rock and metal soundtrack that was not very common for the 90s. And I think that's what's helped this game age more gracefully than some of its contemporaries. This is a game that needs a modern port. This game needs to be available for download on the PSN, Xbox, the Switch. I'm not quite sure if this game ever got a port to anything else. Let's take a look. Yeah, just the Sega CD and the Turbo Duo. Oh wait, no, it did come out on Virtual Console. Which one, though? It was released on Virtual Console in PAL in February 7th. Oh, okay. And in North America and Japan later on that year. So yeah, it was on Virtual Console for the Wii. And it says PSN as well, but it doesn't have a date. This game this game has been re-released several times. It was on PlayStation Network. Well, it was probably for the PlayStation 3. I think this game needs like a modern update. Widescreen, update the graphics, keep that classic metal sound rock music. I'm not a big fan of metal music. Well, I guess if I'm a fan of something, I'm always a big fan, but I'm not necessarily like the... Well, I don't listen to metal albums when I'm not here, or when I'm not on the stream, is what I'll say. Your Sega CD games that you own are expensive and very... Oh, that are very expensive. Are they and Fatal Fury Special? Yep, those are two. Thankfully, I had someone who was local who was willing to loan me just the discs of their games, and what I did is I ended up making a legitimate backup copy of them, but then I gave him the originals back. So I have some of those games, but when I played them on the stream, I'm just going to go ahead and try. I usually don't do very well with this game because there's a delay with the capture card. that 90s kind of synth music here. Gate of Thunder, Lord of Thunder, two excellent shooters on the Duo. Yeah, I don't have Gate of Thunder, at least not yet. Does my TurboGrafx have any AV mods or anything? So the Duo actually has native AV outs, so it doesn't need a mod. But my TurboGrafx 16, actually, with the CD, it also doesn't need a mod. It has AV outs through the CD as well. But my regular TurboGrafx, let me show that to you. So this is the one I've been streaming with and capturing most of my TurboGrafx 16 footage on with. I still can hear the music. And it has this little Hyperkin thing on the expansion port, and that's not a mod. That's just, it's actually connecting to the correct pins so you can get composite AV out. So I definitely recommend getting those for your regular TurboGrafx, especially if you don't have the CD on it. But even if the CD doesn't work, if you have a CD attachment attached to your console, it should give you AV outs without a mod. So the only thing I can tell you is that I sent this in to get repaired because the audio was all messed up on it, and the guy found out a whole bunch of capacitors had like blown up on it and leaked everywhere. The board is in pretty rough shape, but he was able to get it working, far beyond what I could have done. Yes, we are all playing on the TurboGrafx. What I'm playing on now is actually the Turbo Duo. This is not emulated. Oops, let me go back here. There we go. I almost started playing the game without having it up on the stream. So this is not emulated in any way, shape, or form. This is composite captured over an HDMI adapter. The only thing I'm doing on the stream is I'm compressing it because my capture card always converts everything to 16:9. But I'm using OBS to convert it back into 4:3. So that way the graphics don't look stretched. I forgot to start capturing this. But anyway, let's go ahead and give this game a run for its money. Need to find someone to repair your JVC XI. I've come across one of those twice now, and I've passed on them both times due to the expense. How long have you had your XI? I heard this is the proper way to start this game. Problem is, it's very easy for me to get hit with stuff. Just like that. So I gotta tell you, this is handling this game very well. The Sega CD does a good job with this too, but I guess I'm playing this on the System 3 / Turbo Duo chip. I'm getting hit. Oh. Is there any way for me to like get a healing thing before? Still got hit. Trying to avoid those things. There it is. Oh. There it is. Game over. And that's it. One death and you're done. Unless you buy some power-ups to help you through it, I really can't get through this first level. Thought I was playing on the... Oh, no, I'm not playing on that. Had it for 6 years, has corrupted video. Either the RAM chip is bad or the graphics chip. Yeah, that's unfortunately... I'm not that skilled yet in finding and diagnosing boards. I could probably do it, but it would take me forever. I don't have the experience needed to where it would just take me... Did I just skip buying stuff? I hear this thing loading. I did. I was supposed to buy some extra... I was supposed to buy some extra health and stuff. And some extra firepower, you can do that too. getting hit now a lot more times than I was before. There we go. Got him. So a disadvantage to this weapon is that those angled weapons aren't really that helpful. They're a little distracting. Yeah, but I got hit too many times. That ain't gonna happen. Yep. One more and I'm done for. Hopefully this time I remember to buy stuff. Yep. That is the sound I make when I die in games most of the time. Hoping you can salvage, yeah. Oh, salvage the parts off a Model 2? Good luck with that. I don't know exactly how the internals differ. Fire armor? Take me to the store, alright. Now we're going to buy some stuff. Level 2 life orb, plus 5 life. Maximum life for 500, let's do it. That way I can take some hits. Do I have enough for an offensive weapon? I do. So there we go. Oh, I could have bought a continue. No, I couldn't have. Alright, this may help. Let's see what happens here. Did I know Atari was planning on releasing a console? I've heard it from time to time. They're supposed to be releasing something called a VCS. Oh, look at that. That's a weapon. Too bad I have to die 400 times to get a decent weapon. What's getting me here is I need more speed. I'm not reacting to things as quickly as I could. And again, part of that is there's a delay put in by my capture card. And again, through the streaming software, so I'm probably getting like a good 10 millisecond delay here. Oh, of course, how was I supposed to avoid that? So I feel like there's more stuff being thrown at me now that I have a better weapon. Okay, that's a life orb. So that's giving me life back whenever I hit it. Right, so I've lost my weapon power up already. Okay, I got it back. And now I kind of have a chance. Got it. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit farther this time. I'm not going for that. It is incredibly hard not to get hit by stuff here. I have no idea if I can cross through these or not. Apparently I can. Oh, okay, I can grab those. So once I kill those things, it looks like it turned into something I still couldn't touch. Man, look at the amount of stuff they're throwing at me. And then it just gets hit up to 1,000. Okay. This almost reminds me of the shooter levels on Cuphead. Can't believe I got that guy. I don't know if this is the level I usually start out with or not. Oh, went right into it. See, I made the same. Look at how far I made at that time with those extra power-ups. I need some cheats to get through that game. But this is a good game. This is one to own. It's kind of expensive. And I also like that the countdown screen are candles going out. Again, heavily emphasizing that metal theme. Is this a shoot 'em up on the 4th gen console? Let me count up. Odyssey, Atari, NES. Yes, this is a 4th gen console. Yes, it is a shoot 'em up on that. Need to pull apart your Atari Lynx. Think you have some bad capacitors messing with the sound on it. Yeah, I know that's a big issue on the. That's definitely a big issue on like the Sega Game Gear. I'd assume it'd be an issue on the Lynx. Although I do have one of those as well, and mine works pretty good so far. Its Atari name only appears to be a complete money grab. Yeah, I kind of assumed it would be about that much. Heard it's kind of a scam. Yeah, it's been delayed several times, so people keep thinking it is a scam. I'm not quite sure if it is or not. Well, at least we're getting a view of what another level could look like on here if I was any good at the game. I don't remember it being as hard on the Sega Genesis. I'm sorry, on the Sega CD, but maybe it is this hard. Or maybe I just started with another level on there. I don't remember. Is this the American region coded? Yes. This is the American version. Or as I call it, the expensive version. Is the Genesis also on the console? I remember seeing it on the Wii Shop. Yeah, I don't remember which version got ported over, but it was probably the Sega CD version, not the TurboGrafx version. Although the TurboGrafx had a huge following on the Wii Shop. I think that's when a lot of people started playing TurboGrafx games. At least if they bought them. JVC had some involvement in it, and Sega did allow them to build an all-in-one console. Yeah, it's because they were partnering with JVC to build their CD-ROM technology. And JVC worked into the deal that they could make their own consoles, and Sega was like, sure, why not? That's more hardware sold, so we'll sell more software. So that's kind of how it went. That's my understanding of it. I'm sure that's oversimplistic, but that's what I thought. Hey, Damon, welcome to the stream. Need to pick up Cotton for the PC Engine. That game's also expensive on the Sega CD. But yes, I played Cotton on the Sega CD as well. Thanks to that guy who had almost all of the rare and super expensive. Even had Snatcher. He had that for the Sega CD, so I was very grateful he was able to trust me with them. And yes, I did return them. I returned them before I was able to publish the first video. I had to play a whole bunch of them. Basically over a weekend, and then give them all back to him. Love you some save states, yep. You know what, if I get this going on my Raspberry Pi, maybe I'll play it with some save states and see what happens. I just searched it up, and a company called Sega released a console in 1988 and 1989, and it was 16-bit, made to compete with the NES. And Google says that's where Sonic was born. Do I have the TG Mini? I actually don't. I usually like collecting for the original hardware. The only time I'll get the TG Mini is if they're clearancing it out for very cheap. If it never gets that far, I won't. I probably won't get one. But that's why I got the Super Nintendo Mini, I got the Sega Genesis Mini, and I got the Nintendo Mini. So I guess it would fit with that whole thing. Those are all still in the box. I've never taken them out of the box. Didn't really have a reason to, because I own all of the games on them. Except for Star Fox 2, because obviously that was never released. You can get a reproduction cart. I don't even know why they would call it a reproduction cart, because it's technically not a reproduction. It's just finally being released. Are there any games... Are any of these games on it? Ooh, that's a good question. Can anybody answer that for the TurboGrafx Mini, since I don't have it? I think they included a couple of CD games on it. I've heard that they have. I'm trying to think, though. Let's see. Lords of Thunder is included on the TurboGrafx Mini. That right there makes the TurboGrafx Mini worth it. This game's like $150. Loose, yeah. Around 150 bucks loose. I got it in a giant pile of CDs that somebody thought was for a PC. I got Diablo, I got the first Doom. I got a whole bunch of stuff, or maybe not the first Doom, maybe Doom 2. I got a whole bunch of stuff on CD. Wolfenstein 3D was in there. It was just somebody was giving them away for like $10 for the whole spindle, and they were all original CDs. And for some reason, this game was in with those. So that's how I got this game. It is one of the luckiest game finds I ever had. And I didn't even know I had it. That's the thing. Until I bought the Turbo Duo, I remember thinking, you know what? I found this Lords of Thunder disc that didn't work, is what I thought. Because for some reason, it doesn't really say what it's for, but it does say Turbo Duo on the disc. So I thought, oh, it must be for the TurboGrafx CD. And that's when I thought to myself, I had no idea how expensive this game was until, again, well after I bought it. Got it at a garage sale maybe 10 years ago, not knowing what it was. And for some reason, when I said not knowing what it was, I thought of the song that never ends. Some people started singing and not knowing what it was. Anyway, I don't want to get that stuck in your head. When you search up TurboGrafx 16 console, Google says this was called PC Engine 2 everywhere but America. Yes, that is correct. Paid $10 for Vay at a flea market. See, that's the kind of stuff I like. Here's the thing about that. The person who you bought it from for $10 was probably happy to get the $10. You were happy to get a deal on it. The seller was happy to make any money on it. Why can't that be kind of the thing today, instead of people saying, and here's something that's really, grinding my gears, are people who are holding on to these games expecting to get, until they get top dollar for it. Like this guide says that Lords of Thunder Loose is worth $148. Let's look at what eBay is asking for it. I know I don't usually do this live on stream. Lords of Thunder, TurboGrafx. Okay, well here's an auction starting out at $125, but it's complete in box. Another auction for $19.50. Let's go to buy it now. There we go. Now we're getting some higher prices. Just for the manual, if you want the manual. Oh no, this is a rare, brand new Lords of Thunder promo VHS tape. That's the only thing that shows up. But the only game that is complete in box, it's not new. Oh, it says new factory sealed. So if that gives you an idea, it's $500. What does the guide say a new and factory sealed version of that game is supposed to go for? Not that this is the end all be all of pricing, but it's usually a good indicator of what it's sold for. Apparently he's selling it under the guide price, so okay. Sorry. Oh wait, no he's not. That's the Sega CD version. He's selling that. Apparently a brand new version of Lords of Thunder sells for $230. Let's look and see if that's actually accurate. Okay, that's about accurate. They want $500 for it, because on the Sega CD it sells for $500. So these people, I don't understand. Obviously, I understand people who want to make money. But yeah, eBay has made everybody super greedy. And here's the problem. Most people who would buy this game want a good deal on it. They don't want to pay list price for this stuff. They want to haggle the price. This guy's not even accepting offers. He's just $500. Take it or leave it. Whatever. Let's see what this seller's other items are. I saw a Conan O'Brien special where he tried to look up. He was looking up cars on Auto Trader, and they found someone who was asking like $30,000 above Blue Book value for a car. So he decided to reply to him. It's pretty funny. I can't remember what the video is called, but I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. Conan O'Brien looking up cars on Auto Trader. All right, so yeah, Cosmic Fantasy, new sealed mint. Yeah, he has all the collector's editions. Woo! All right, this game. Here it is. I'm holding this game in my hand. I paid $40 for it. Okay, complete in box for the most part. I guess with the manual, I don't know if it's complete. I don't know if it has a warranty registration card I'm missing or whatever. For that same game, brand new and sealed, he wants $1,000. What does the guide say it's worth? I could do a whole live stream where all I do is just look at eBay and yell at people. Oh my gosh. The guide says it's worth 200 and up the graded price. If it's brand new and it's been graded by a professional, it's worth $254. He's asking 4 times that price. He must not want to sell it. I can understand, like, okay, his girlfriend says, all right, you got to get rid of all this stuff. Okay, or his boyfriend, I'm not going to judge that, says, oh, I'm gonna sell all of this stuff. You need to get rid of all this stuff. It's like, well, I keep trying to sell it, but nobody's buying it. Maybe that's what it is. Remember that episode of Family Guy when Pete says, you want to know what grinds my gears? Watched it when it was aired. Oh, yeah. And to think about it, that episode's probably 10 years old by now. At least. At least 10 years old. Yeah. The old lady sellers that didn't know what things were worth. Look up eBay prices and charge us top eBay prices for games. That's crazy. Again, I understand. If people are willing to make money out of it, or if people are doing that for a living, or, you know, everyone wants to make money, but I always go back to, I always do return business to people who are willing to offer me a deal. All right, I didn't want to complain about this, but there is a store near me where I've been buying all this stuff I bought this console from, and they were still charging a lot for it. But they were willing to work with me because I've bought so much stuff from this store that they gave me basically, you know, they gave me a discount on it. They took money off of the list price so I can do that. Now, they've built that relationship up with me for about 5 years. I've been going there, I've been buying a lot of stuff. I've shown it a lot of times in my videos from this franchise, and the store manager's been great. The last time I went in there, which was just this weekend, I think they're under new management now, and they were like, they didn't even want to honor their own reward system. Like, that's how close it was. I was just like, I almost said, I don't want this then. I literally just almost walked away. I'm like, the only reason why I've been buying from you guys is because, I've been paying a lot of money to the store. I mean, they charge as close to eBay prices as they can, because obviously they're a business. But they've been willing to work with me. The more I buy, the more they're willing to take off of a couple things. And in this case, I walked up with a bunch of games. I wasn't buying anything particularly valuable, but it was probably over $100 worth of games. And they were like, oh, sorry, you can't use rewards on this purchase. I was like, why the heck not? So, yeah. That could be related to this whole pandemic. I know all businesses are hurting because they've had to shut down, or they're, you know, I've noticed that pawn shops and thrift stores really don't have much of anything that could be considered valuable. Like, I'm not finding good games, I'm not finding high-priced items, I'm not finding good quality items. And it's maybe because people aren't going into pawn shops, I have no idea. But I really like having this as the backdrop. I like the music, I like the graphics and everything, as we're kind of basically turned this into a podcast now, but yeah, I definitely feel for that, and that's why when that business opened up for curbside pickup only, I got online and I bought some stuff. And again, because some of it was still cheaper than eBay pricing, so I bought some things, they shipped it out, and I remember every time, I must have bought a lot, because every time I walked into the store after that store manager that was in there, at least I called her the store manager, she kept saying she knew me by name at that point. She was like, oh yeah, thank you, you were like one of our biggest sales over the break. I'm like, hey, I'm willing to support this chain because you guys have been willing to work with me on stuff. But the minute new management comes in and says, sorry, we're not honoring the rewards you've built up, I'm like, all right, then I'm done. I'll go back to searching for this stuff on Craigslist and garage sales. It's not fun, but it'll definitely be a lot cheaper. Scalper. Exactly, eBay's made it. Even sellers everywhere. Yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of like the whole thing with Goodwill is done. The Goodwill stores, some of the pricing they put on things really doesn't reflect the fact that they got it for free. For example, I saw a PlayStation 2 system. I've been to this one Goodwill twice. I guess it was before the shutdowns and everything. So I went to Goodwill in February, and it's the same Goodwill I got this PS2 Slim for $9.99. I'm like, that's a good deal. It may even be a little bit on the cheap side, I would say. I would ask 15 or 20 if it was tested or anything else like that. But for $9.99, sure, I bought it and I got my PS2 Slim. I wanted a Slim console because it's going to fit better on my shelf. But it's not worth $50 to me. Well, I went to that Goodwill again this year. It's the same store I bought that one from, and now they want $150 for a PlayStation 2 Slim. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Oh yeah, and by the way, that other PS2 Slim came with the power adapter, came with the cables, the AV cables, came with a controller, even had a game in the disc drive. This other PS2 Slim they wanted $150 for. And by the way, not a special edition, regular old PS2 Slim. No controller, no memory card, no power cable, no AV cable, just the console. $150. I don't know, it kind of offends me. I know where people are like, well, what do you care? Just don't buy it. You don't need it. I'm like, yeah, but they may have a Turbo Duo someday. And they're going to charge $7,000 for it. I'm going to want it. And I can't afford $7,000 on a console. So it's just that mentality, I guess. Again, I usually try to stay positive on the channel, so the only thing I'll say is I'm positive people are price gouging. Oh, let me catch up on the chat here. Of course, you should be looking at the sold prices, not the seller prices. Yeah, that's why I like the guide that I use, because it's going off of eBay sales, not off of eBay listings. There are some guides that are going off of eBay listings, and so I don't use those guides. The only problem is that this guide is still not foolproof, because sometimes games are not listed correctly, and it messes with their values. So you could see a game that's selling complete in box for $5, but it could be listed as loose on this guide because I don't know if it's the price or what they said on there. So yeah. I shop at the same store Scott the Waz shops at. Really? I don't know where he gets his stuff from. He's not what I call a retro native though. He's buying all this stuff because I guess maybe it was cheap back in that era, or maybe he inherited consoles. But he's not a retro native. He didn't grow up with these systems, so that's where I got a lot of the valuable games that I have are games I've had since childhood, or I bought them before all the values went up. I did a lot of collecting in the late 90s and all throughout the 2000s. My collecting has actually gone way down in the last 2 or 3 years because everything's just skyrocketed in price. The GameCube is a perfect example. The GameCube values right before the shutdowns in March, the GameCube market was already a little overinflated, but then it like skyrocketed in March, April, and May, and I'm wondering what in the world's going on. Like Super Mario Sunshine was worth $50 one day and $150 the next day. It's not really quite right, but it almost doubled / tripled in value. And then the 3D All-Stars collection came out, and it's still, let's see what it's selling for now. Super Mario Sunshine. Okay, the price has gone back down. Good. I was wondering. Yeah, and you can even see it on the chart. They keep track of what the prices were. So September of 2019, $34 loose. Let's see if I can get a complete inbox. Looks like I can't get a complete inbox. Oh yeah, there it is. So a complete inbox, Super Mario Sunshine in November of 2019, 1 year ago, was $43. In this summer, from May to August, it was $74. And I was trying to figure out, why is it that expensive? They sold millions of copies of that game. But now it looks like they went back down. They're now back down to about $45. So for a complete inbox, for a complete priced Super Mario Sunshine. It was weird for me to see a game like Super Mario Sunshine go up like that because they sold millions of copies of that game. So anyway, it's not rare is what I was trying to say with that. They worked with me getting a Switch during the pandemic. That's awesome. That is very awesome. See, that's the kind of thing I like about that store too. I would give them a list of systems I was looking for games, and they would call me, "Hey, we got a TurboGrafx CD game coming in. Do you want us to hold it for you?" And I'd be like, "Sure. What's the price?" And if it was less than $100, I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" TurboGrafx CD pricing can get up there. Now, if they called me and said, "Oh, we have a Chibi Robo Ziplash for the 3DS. Do you want it?" and the price is $100, I'm going to say no. No one's looking for that game, though. That's another Scott the Woz reference. You don't shop at stores anymore. And Barry, I think that's the same for me, too, because the only stores I go to anymore are the ones that I really want to support. Because, yeah, a lot of the stores are still, like, shut down. Sadly, though, I don't think this store is going to survive the pandemic. They keep shutting down at random times. Like, they keep posting on Facebook, "Sorry, we're going to be closed today. Sorry about the late notice. We hope to see you all tomorrow." And I noticed that they have a huge employee turnover in the last, like, month. I was there 1 month ago to get this console, and this month I didn't recognize any of the workers in there. So, like I said, something's going on with that store. Hopefully they don't shut down because they're one of the few retro gaming stores still left in my area, and I don't want to buy this stuff on eBay because it's just so expensive. You do it all digitally these days? Bots are not being friendly? Oh yeah, talk about that. That's why I don't have a PS5. But anyway, I did want to mention that. I don't have a PS5 yet, and that's why I bought the Turbo Duo. No, it was not the same price as a PS5. But now I don't have the money because I spent it all on retro games. Mom and Pop store in Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, that's always nice when you can do that. There's kind of it's not a mom and pop store, but it's just a local shop that's about an hour north of here. Sadly, I haven't been there. I haven't been back up there next this year. I actually featured them on a retro game hunting episode, one of the Wii U ones. They're about an hour north of here. It's out of a converted church. They have an arcade up there too. I'm really hoping they don't go out of business because I'd really like to visit that store again. Oh, so you like collecting? I have a lot of games. Oh yeah, for Nintendo Wii, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Yeah. $20 each. Yeah. Paper Mario for GameCube is $75 here in Ohio. That game's a bit more rare. It's not necessarily rare, but they didn't sell as many copies of that as they did like Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Kart Double Dash, Super Smash Bros. Melee, that kind of stuff. It's going for $86. Complete inbox. Jeez. I think this game is called The 1,000-Year Door. I have a copy of it. Yeah, that is what it's called. I do have that. The original owner passed away and his wife runs that store. Well, that's kind of nice. You're saying this is a Neo Geo collector, but it's about playing the games on original hardware, not bragging about how much your games are worth. That is true, and that's the thing too. The only reason why I keep track of the games I have is for insurance purposes. Well, I guess I'll say this too. And the other half of that is I don't want to rebuy the same games. My collection's gotten to that point to where I'll be like, oh, I was looking for this game forever, and I'll forget I already bought it. So I keep a list of games, but I don't keep track of their values. But I do have insurance in case fire, flood, tornado, anything comes in and takes all this stuff out, then I'll get an insurance payout for that. Sadly, I would spend more then that insurance payout would be just to recollect the games I want. So yeah, I do agree though. It shouldn't be bragging about how much your games are worth. I don't go around saying, yeah, I have $500 worth of Wii U games. That's stupid. Although I am very close to having a complete Wii U collection. Game markers are set by what can I get for it. Absolutely. It's almost a seller's market. And that's partially where we need to turn that paradigm around. We need to shift that from the seller's market back to a buyer's market. What's Neo Geo? Wait, I can Google it. Hey, or I say stay tuned on the channel. I'm sure I'm going to start playing some Neo Geo stuff here pretty soon. Feel your pain. I have purchased some games 3 times, not remembering that it's sitting on your shelf. Yeah, thankfully I've never done that with a very expensive game. I usually do that for things like, oh, I didn't realize I already had Madden 97 on the PlayStation 1. It's stuff like that. I don't think I've ever forgotten, oh, I have ES3 on TurboGrafx. I did, though. I almost thought that I already had Splatterhouse. This is another one that I got for the TurboGrafx just recently. Made it into the review. I also have... I had Quake 2 for the N64, but I didn't have Quake 1. And this is another one I got. This is Quake 1 complete in box for the N64. That's kind of nice. I usually don't buy complete in box. Oh, you know what? I might have another game here. I know, sorry, this is going to have to go away for a second. I'm going to test this other game and see if... This is a game that's... I don't think this is going to work. I think the disc needs resurfaced. Yeah, Lords of Thunder, that was one I was not expecting to get. Is it going to read? It's possible. Yep. Please set disk, yeah. So the disk, unfortunately, needs to be resurfaced. You know what I can do, though, since you kind of got me on a hot streak here, and I have about 15 to 20 minutes before I have to stop streaming for the night. I am going to go ahead and play... let's play a PC Engine game. Let's see if this works on the Turbo Duo. There we go. There it is. Here it is. So this is the EverDrive that I was talking about earlier, the Turbo EverDrive. And I've used this to play almost all of the TurboGrafx 16 games on here. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play a game that was only released on the PC Engine. Which is nice because they have the ability to play these games on the TurboGrafx, but you have to do a whole bunch of conversion to make it work otherwise. Let's go ahead and... Burning Angels is only in Japan. Battle Load Runner was only in Japan. Let's try... Oh, here's one. Afterburner 2. I'm assuming this is only in Japan because they probably couldn't get licensing for North America. And it's going to be interesting to see this game because this would have directly competed with the Sega Genesis or the Mega Drive in Japan. Did you guys notice I had to flicker the sprites a little bit? They were getting too close together. Copyright 1987 Sega, reprogrammed by NEC in 1990. It almost looks like they can do 3D graphics on here, doesn't it? Stylized as Neo Geo. I like how you include the copy and pasted method. So this is a pseudo 3D shooter. I've played it a couple times on the channel. I played it on the Master System. I've played it on the Genesis and the 32X. I think there's even an afterburner for the Sega CD. So this would probably be the 4th time I played this game on these systems. Oh, nope. It was also on the NES. So Tengen, it was an unlicensed title for them. So I played it on there. The only thing you'll buy tons of copies of is the VHS Star Trek The Motion Picture, because it's your favorite cut of the movie that never got a digital release. Yeah, is that the one where you can see the set outside of when Kirk or Spock is going outside of the shuttle bay, and they didn't realize it? There's that synthesizer music that we're used to. It is Afterburner 2. It's kind of weird how they're able to make that 3D effect out of those rotating sprites. I guess they're not really rotating. They're not scaling or anything either. They're just moving back and forth to make it look like it's 3D. That's insane. Service mode. I don't know what service mode is, but I'm just going to try it. Oh yeah, look at that. They have to fake that background moving. That still would have been impressive. Oh yeah, down is up and up is down. This is a lot better played on a joystick. Surprisingly doing pretty well for an 8-bit console on an 8-bit CPU with a 16-bit graphics chip. It's able to handle all these ships flying in and out relatively simply. And I'm assuming they have to use a lot of sprite work on that floor too. But there we go. It almost looks more smooth than the Sega Genesis version. And if you guys are movie buffs and movie aficionados, there's a movie that the immortal Hulk Hogan starred in called, I'm not thinking of it, Suburban Commando. And he actually plays this game and defeats the arcade version of this game in that movie. So if you guys are fans of 1980s wrestling and movies back in the day, that is kind of hypnotizing to watch how they made that ship look like it was moving in and out. Oh, they blew me up in midair. How many more ships do I have left? I guess airships is what I should say. So the problem is, avoiding missiles and aiming at the same time does not really work out. Sorry if I'm giving any of you motion sickness by avoiding all these missiles. Alright. I'm just firing as many missiles as I can, because I haven't been using them the entire time. Oh, they got me. Oh, I got one more. Oh, and they got me again. That's it. That's got to be the end. Continue play? Well, why not? Ooh, it's getting a lot harder now. I'm going to hit some of these green silos. I was trying to do a barrel roll, but that wasn't happening. Do a barrel roll! Reload weapons. Oh no, we're gonna land on the runway. We're still gonna reload weapons though. Yep, this game should have been ported to the US. I think this would have been a game. Unfortunately, I guarantee you it's because of licensing. In Japan, it was probably easier to get licensing for this game because NEC probably already had the license for it for the computer. So they're probably like, oh, we'll just release it for the game console, too. But seeing this game on a non-Sega console is kind of the same thing about seeing some of... Oh, there it is. That's game over. Kind of seeing Nintendo's games on the Atari systems back in the day. This game always gives me a headache. I think it is cruel if I let my nephews play it. Neo Geo controller looks a little weird, but not bad. You know what? It's surprisingly good is what I call it. But it's definitely not meant... I think it's meant to be played more like setting it on a countertop and then messing with the controls on a countertop rather than holding it in your hands. It's one of those types of controllers. Yeah, I also saw a decent version of Afterburner. Yeah, I agree with that one. This is not bad at all. I think they did pretty good. Oh, I made it on the top 7. There we go. I don't even get a game over. Was OutRun on the PC Engine? Actually, OutRun... Good question. I thought it was on the... I got time for one more. We can try that out and see if I have it, number 1. Back. It was on the PC Engine. Let's try it. It was a PC Engine exclusive, meaning it did not make it to the TurboGrafx. And there it is. By the way, all the games you see on here, except for the TurboGrafx versions, all of the PC Engine games you see on here, I have those in the back. I keep those in a binder, like, because they're baseball card size. So, yeah, that's definitely one I'll have on here. We'll see this game here in a second. Reprogrammed by NEC again. Let's see what the graphics look like before I start the game. The Undertaker's in it also. I think he is on Suburban Commando. Also see Double Dragon on Neo Geo. Used to play it on the Wii a lot. Anything by SNK would definitely be out. There was a couple other companies that got in that too. Different background music was a surprise. Yeah, I thought so too. For some reason, Double Dragon on Neo Geo is a 3. Oh, 2D fighter. Yeah, it didn't do 3D very well. It was a very complex machine, to say the least. So that's why it's also hard to emulate, but I think they've got the emulation down on it for the most part. Oh, so does every video game-based movie have to be Mario Bros? Hey, Ringfit Mackenzie, welcome to the stream. Just got off of work. Not too much. You're on. We got about 10 more minutes before I'm going to call it quits for tonight. My voice is holding out surprisingly well, so I'm doing better than last week, but we're still on the recovery. You served divorce papers on Hulk Hogan? Never thought that would happen. Did he rip you in half like a phone book? And not ever meant to say ever. Yeah, I think I got that on there. Shame Nintendo never wants to make any games for anyone anymore. Yep. Hey, Brienne, welcome to the stream. No, that's all right. It's we've been having a lot of people on here. We had a lot of first timers show up today and stay for most of the time too. So definitely appreciating that. All right, so I'm just gonna do whatever. Oh, that different background music could be because I'm playing the PC Engine version. So keep in mind, these are the Japanese versions of the game. I did play all of the TurboGrafx CD games that I already own. So I do have some that are coming in the mail throughout the week. So if I get more, maybe I'll do this again next week. But I'm showing off, this is actually being played for my Turbo Duo. And I'm going to say the 3D this game is not as impressive as Afterburner was. You can definitely tell how they're faking the 3D with this. Everything here looks choppier, and it may be because of the speed. I'm not going as fast as I was in Afterburner. Oh, you have to focus on driving, see ya? Well, I appreciate that, Mackenzie. You're always dropping by and dropping in the tip jar. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. I'm trying to focus on driving too. I don't think I'm going to make it very far. 10, 9, 8, 7. Am I on a... Oh, I didn't downshift. The whole time I was stuck in first gear. You're actually looking into getting a PC Engine? I have a PC Engine in the back, but I really like using the EverDrive and just playing those ROMs on the TurboGrafx. It's kind of like playing a Famicom game on the NES to me. That's really why it is. All right, I'm going to play that again, obviously, because that was terrible. Let's try that again. Let's try, do I have a different song? Magical Sound Shell, whatever that means. Alright, so now I'm going to have to shift so I can go faster. There we go. Now... So this is almost exactly like pole position. And I think this was Sega's answer to pole position by Atari. There we go. Maybe I might make the first checkpoint with this. The only problem is with this weird fake 3D that they're doing with raster effects, it's very hard to judge. Oh! Okay, the animation for that's pretty good. First gear, kicking into overdrive. Is that another donation? Holy cow, Mackenzie. Alright, hang on. I'm distracted. That's a good thing to pause on. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I was driving in low gear. Yeah, I saw that at the end. I saw on Google there's a PC Engine Mini, but it's stuck with a couple of games. Yeah, there's a couple of games that didn't come over with that. TG16 barely got released here. I remember you saying that, Brienne. And there it's like $400. Yep. I can believe that. And probably have to be imported. I did see that it had a limited release somewhere in Europe. I can't remember where, though, if it was the UK. Or where exactly it ended up. CDI is working good. Yeah, I don't think it was a... I don't want to say it wasn't an official release, but it wasn't a... it wasn't like a wide release. I think they were like testing the waters, and then they decided to go against it because I think NEC was starting to have financial problems. So yeah, it didn't help me at all. Going faster did not help me at all. That's as far as I was able to get. So yeah, I have a lot of practice on OutRun. But I'm glad you got your CDI fixed. I still gotta get mine fixed. It's the battery's working okay on it, the time clock battery. The problem is the CD drive quit working. So I gotta get that fixed. And again, maybe I'll have to contract that out. Or just buy a new system that somebody else has already fixed. And replace the time clock on. So it was just in the US and Japan for the most part, Barry? Yeah, it was. There were a few countries that got officially modded American units. Modded for 240 and for PAL. Yeah, that's why I said it was like a small... It was a very small release. And I think it may have been a US company that did it. Let's take a look at this. Turbo Graphics release Europe. Okay, the only thing I'm getting here is is the TurboGrafx Mini release date in Europe. Yeah, it was something I came across in my research that showed that there was a very small limited release somewhere in Europe, and they had the documentation to go along with it, and unfortunately I can't find it here at the moment. I'll have to look back through my research and see what it does. But yeah, so it was a very limited release that got over there, and it could just be that people modded units, and that's why they went out there. Yep, absolutely. Definitely have Afterburner 2 and OutRun in your PC Engine collection. I actually like a PC Engine version of OutRun better than the one that was on the Genesis. That could be... The OutRun for the 32X, though, was pretty good. Wasn't OutRun on the 32X? Can't remember. I played it somewhere else where it was almost like an arcade perfect port. Let's see here. Atari ST, well, I didn't play it there. It was released on almost everything. Genesis, Master System, PC Engine. The Sega Saturn has a version of OutRun. And that might be the one I'm thinking of. Let's see what that version looks like. It was... Oh, that's a reproduction. Looks like it was only released in Japan. And I do have the ability to play that, so maybe I have a disc of the Japanese version. The Japanese version's expensive, though. It's in between like $50 and $100. Huh. Can't believe I would have paid that for it. But anyway. Yes, the Sega Saturn OutRun is excellent. Maybe I played it in an emulator, is what I'm thinking. Don't forget to shift into high gear. Well, I did, but it still didn't help because I kept wrecking. Pal actually drew a larger image. Yes, it did. It was, and it's actually closer to widescreen too. It was a different aspect ratio. Well, folks, I hate to say it, but we're almost at the top of the hour, and that's it for me tonight for streaming. As I do have some other things I got to get done tonight for my second job. I appreciate everyone who just stopped by. We had some newcomers here. Barry, you're newer to the stream I saw in here. Lord Mickey got there at the end. Welcome to the stream. Brian, thanks for joining me, even though you were only able to hear here for a while. And Mackenzie, if you're watching this again, thank you again for the generous donations. I appreciate that. And the super chat. Sorry my super chat thing isn't working anymore, because as I said at the beginning of the stream, Streamlabs can... I'm probably never going to touch that software again. It is terribly unreliable. So we're not doing that. IC Pizza Boy, you're here for a while. Demon Rage was here for a while. 8-Bit SNK made it in. What else do we have here? You guys had some very good conversations going through the list here. Jeff Stevenson made it in. Thanks for stopping by. Josh Tice was also a newer face to the stream. Thank you for stopping in as well. Demon Rage, if I haven't already said you, I've probably said these people twice. OXO. Making sure I'm not setting off my echo off to the side because she thinks I say Alexa every time. She didn't respond to that either. All right. T-Tech Trab was here for a little bit. Happy to see him. Walter was here for a little bit too. Going back through the list here. Sushi Slasher was also in the stream. Vinyl was here as well. Definitely happy to have that. Mr. Tamiya has been here for a while. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Bray Dodo was also a new face to the stream. Golden Pandemonium was here, and the beginning people are chopped off because I had to restart the stream pretty early on. So if you guys go back and watch it, there's a point where I say, hold on, I got to stop the stream, and then it'll probably keep going after that. It's because I had to switch my capture card back over to the old version that I was using, OBS, which has been reliable. It worked all stream. Did I have any other issues with sound or anything not playing? If I did, let me know in the comments, because I got to peace out here in a little bit, but definitely glad to see you guys stop by. Thanks, 8-Bit. I hope you have a good night, too. You like the live stream, Barry? Well, hey, I usually do it on Tuesday nights, so next Tuesday is when I plan to stream again. So feel free to stop on by. I do videos on Thursday nights. I have a good video coming out. I think all my videos are good, obviously, but I'll say it's a unique topic I have coming out on this Thursday. So if you want to check out some of the content I do on the channel, feel free to do that. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys here next Tuesday around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I usually try to get started as early as I can because I'm only able to stream for a couple hours now since I'm kind of tied into a schedule for online learning now. Thanks, Damon. I appreciate that. Have a good night, IC Pizza Boy. We're almost there. I'm going until it says the top of the hour. So Saturn stream when? We could do that eventually. Maybe I'll do that after the new year, or whenever I feel like it. Whenever I got to start capturing a lot of Saturn footage is the answer to that question, Brian. So I appreciate it again. Thank you all the newcomers and everyone who's been here for a while. I appreciate all your support. Hey, we're up to 3,250 subscribers, which is insane. Insanity. A lot higher than I thought I would have. I thought I might have 3.25 people watching this stuff. So, and there it is, the top of the hour. Have a good night, everyone. I will see you next Tuesday, or I will see you Thursday. Have a good night, everyone.